How do you actually close a type A personality who doesn't show pain, who they don't open up? How do you actually move the sale forward to close the sale if they're not opening up, if they're not showing pain? Well, I'm going to show you inside this video, so make sure you watch this entire video. This is actually a video with one of my students inside the Sales App Accelerator program. He asked me this exact question. He said, I don't know how to close this prospect. They are not showing pain. They are not showing, they're not opening up. How do I do that? So I break it down in this video. And by the way, my name is Patrick Jones. I sold $15 million in high ticket sales in just a couple years. I am the world's highest paid high ticket closer in the space. I made over $2 million in commissions in just a few years. And I actually work with closers like yourself to not only master sales, but master the who behind the sales. Identity transformation, meaning 80% of what you want, more sales, more commissions, more revenue, is driven from the who, from the identity, from who you be, which drives the what. So if you want to actually master sales and master yourself and grow as a man, as a woman at the highest level, and make a lot of money and have fun while doing it, well, shoot me the word $20,000 below. Otherwise, enjoy this breakdown right now and enjoy, apply it yourself, and watch your sales grow. All right, so I'm going to go through your question here. This is a great fucking question. Your offer is getting high level leads from LinkedIn, but the current VSL isn't doing it for these people because they do not experience the same pain points the average person does. Trying to get 150K per year. So these are top performers already making six figures or more. Yet they're on a call for a reason. It's hard to get to the root of what's going on. Yes, I understand that. You mentioned the pre-call form to go through on every call with you. Yeah, to get on a call with you. Yes. Can you share that form or lead me in the direction to where it's at? I'm happy to build it and share it, review by you. Yes, I would like to have it done by Monday and Tuesday this week. I believe a better pre-call process would be better for all. Yes. So a couple of things here, right? This is a marketing problem. Okay, this is not a you problem, but as if it's to be, it's up to me to create the desired result to get them to say yes to move the sale forward. It is your job to pre-seduce them as much as possible before they get on the call, so that they are primed in a state of desire, Jeremiah. So in this case, how do you do that? Well, yes, there's a couple things here. I'm hearing two things here. What I'm really hearing is that they're already doing well. And what I'm hearing underneath the surface that you're not saying is that you struggle to actually get to the root of the problem on the call. So that's the problem number one, is that when you're on the call with them, how do you actually get to the root of the problem? And that's a skill set that you don't have yet. And the good news is we're actually going to be going through in the next two stages in pit to peak, how to get to the root of the problem, because there's a source problem. In a nutshell, the source of the problem is two things. It's what they're lacking or what they don't have, what they're lacking in their ability. There's something that's in the gap from where they are to where they want to go. They're lacking a specific skill set to get there. So if you are selling high level leads, if you're selling XYZ widget, your widget gets them there faster. They're lacking the ability to get there faster themselves. They don't know how. That is a external bottleneck. That's the source of the problem. They're lacking the skill set to get there. And because they're lacking that skill set, it's costing them multiple six figures over the next 3 years. So there's the external bottleneck, and there's generally two to three, right? And part of that external bottleneck is not just a skill set, but it's a pattern of procrastination, a pattern of putting it off, meaning putting off actually making the decision to do this. So that's the internal bottleneck. There's an external bottleneck, right, of what they're lacking, what they're missing. It's why they aren't at where they want to be. And then there's an internal bottleneck. Doubt is keeping them from actually moving forward. Confusion is keeping them from moving forward, not having clarity, right? And it's our job as salespeople to specifically what? Identify the source of problem. So two sources again, the internal bottleneck and the external bottleneck. When you understand that, then as a doctor, you can say, can I tell you exactly the problems that I see? That's why you aren't where you want to go, that are common. This is exactly what happens for guys that we have in our program that are doing this XYZ result, the same result you want. They were exactly in the same place too. And they had these two problems, these two real short problems that are actually that are causing these symptoms, right? The symptoms are the current facts of the current reality. They're showing up the call with surface level problems. What spoken, remember, three levels of pain, right? Level one of pain, surface level pain. They're coming on and telling you what they're experiencing day to day. But the source of the pain, the source of the problem is simply that there's two bottlenecks, the pattern internally and the pattern externally. It's not where they want to be. This is why I'm telling you this right now, Jeremiah, because right here, this is how you are going to be more confident in your ability to not have to have all this. Now, if you have all this and they show up, it makes this a lot easier. So that's going to handle that. We're going to walk through this over the next 2 weeks. By December, first week of December, you're going to be widely confident on how to do this. All right. Just make sure you show up to the war rooms. Number two, so how do you create this? Right? How do you create this specifically, a form? So yes, the understand the intention is if you could, they can show up and they can reveal all their pain and problems before they show up. Guess what? They trust you, right? So, and then you can point it out to them as soon as they get on. So I'm going to show you my process, right, of strategically seducing them. So when they show up, we can just jump right to it. I can share the problems and pain points and get them into their hearts, into their bodies and out of their heads immediately. So the process is simple. So I'm going to send you the link here, right? We want to get them to watch something. And you said right now, they're not watching the video. So have them fill out the form to get the content. When you get the content, we now have context to use as soon as they show up, right? So this is an example here of a type form. I'm going to walk you through it here, right? I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to drop it. Now, this type form reveals obviously I work with salespeople and they come on wanting to make more money, right? Salespeople want to make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. That's the surface level problem. They're coming on surface level. They want to make more money and they're stuck at 10,000, 5,000 a month and they want to hit $15,000, $20,000 a month consistently. What I need to do is get to the source of the problem. And so this type form gets me to so they can tell me the source of the problem without me extracting it. They just go there and they realize already I'm converting their mindset to realize is that the problem is not the surface level problem. The problem is now this is the source, that they are the fucking problem. So when you create this, you're going to get questions that reveals the source of the problem. Not about being perfect in creating this. And by the way, you can create it on a Google form. Okay, you don't have to create it necessarily on type form. You can do a jot form. You can do a Google form, which is free, Google Forms. There we go, right? And then it goes to your email. Now I'm gonna show you this, right? Again, I'm going to the source. Are you a business owner, entrepreneur, high performing professional? Yes. Okay, they fill out all their information. There it is, right? I wouldn't do all this. All they need is probably their email and phone number, right? Email and phone number, because you need to store this information somewhere. Now they fill all this out. And after they fill this out, we're going to get stored, right? And then what we want to do is we want to go to the next step here. And why working with Patrick interests you? Why working with XYZ mentor interests you? You want to have them actually convince and share with you why they want to work with you, right? You want you to be the cream, the company, the cream at the top. Access truth and giving them permission to go there. This is permission. Remember, you want to get permission before you go there. So where the truth sets you free, being real, raw, and honest. Now, what's the number one challenge you're having in your life outside of sales? So I go outside of sales. So what's the number one challenge you're having outside sales? Now, when you create this, I would keep it on the problem. You want to get the external problem first. right? What's the number one problem you have about your current situation with your business, right? It's which is why you reached out, something like that, right? What's not working in your business that you would like to commit to break through? What's not working in your life? That's me. What's not working in your business? What results are not working that you, what results do you want that you don't have in your business, right? If I was working with business owners, this is what I would do. What results specifically do you want that you don't have, right? What's the biggest pain in your life right now because that you want anyone to know? So if I was doing this for you, I would say, what's the biggest pain in your life that's caused not by not having that specific result in your business? Now you're getting into pain. See, I'm getting into the internal source, like the feelings, right? What's the biggest pain in your life because you don't have that results? Like, fuck, I'm afraid, I'm in scarcity, I'm this, I'm that. You're getting to their pain, right? What do you want in your life today that you currently don't have? Monetary. Again, I went through that question already. What do you want in the business? What recurring patterns, themes, habits, or addictions keep you from showing up your life that are sabotaging your sales success or holding you back? This is a beautiful question for a business owner. What recurring themes and patterns and habits, negative patterns, or what's holding you back from actually getting those results? So you want to get their patterns. Remember, you want to get to the source of the problem, right? There's surface level pain, what they know that's spoken, right? That they think is the problem, right? And their secret pain is the unspoken pain, right? That they know about, they haven't told anybody. And then the source level pain is the actual pain that they don't realize is the source of the problem. The real problem's actually creating their current reality. So you want to get them to admit what the things that they're doing that are stopping them from actually getting the results. What are the problem? What are the recurring habits and things that are doing that are stopping you from getting this result? That are sabotaging you? Use these pain words. What are you avoiding or resisting in your life? What are you avoiding or resisting in your business that's causing you to not actually be at that result? Beautiful question, right? You can see their patterns. You want to expose their patterns, which is causing them to not actually get what they want. What are you currently making right now, right? If it's a business offer, you need to know their facts of what they're making. How much are they making a month? How much is their business making a month? You got to know, right? We need to have that crop. How much do you want to be making per month? Got it. Clear. Do you really want to make that? You don't need this question, right? But I would go, are you willing to invest in order to cross that gap? Are you willing to invest in order to get there? To ensure that you get there 100 fucking percent. If I was rewriting mine, I would put that, right? Are you willing to invest, right, in your business to ensure that you get to that place, right? Boom, submitted. That's it. So that answers both your questions here. Now, when you get this loom, when you get this video, I want you to respond back. I took my time, 12 fucking minutes, because I care, Jeremiah, about you. I care about Ashley, about you getting a different result. And I want you to care more than me. And by that, I want you to be committed to take this video and reply back in this message here. And what I want you to do is reply back of what you're committed to creating from this week. Part of us coaching here in the Accelerator program to truly accelerate is me give you real coaching and then you apply. So you get a different result. So reply back. I watched the video and here's what I'm committed to creating and doing this week. Doing this, 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 and this, and by whens. That way I can give you feedback and give you more coaching and more assistance based on what you do. And we'll keep this thread open so we can do it here inside this thread moving forward. So that is it for now. This is also for you, Ashley. Anyone who watch this video moving forward, this is how we roll with the coaching to ensure that you accelerate, you get the results, and even one video like this, one accelerated action from this that you do will get you a deal to 5 deals closed in the next month. And it'd be really just like stupid how simple